Good evening and welcome to the second CYFS podcast for the year. Post-draw wash-up, and we'll start getting into the teams later on in this podcast. But first and foremost, I want to introduce a new father to the committee, Antonio Qatar, ladies and gentlemen. Lebanese Lobweb.
Hey everyone, great to be back.
Welcome, Tone.
Congratulations, Tony.
Congratulations. Yeah, how are you? How are you feeling?
My eyes are painted on at the moment. Very, very tired.
Very good. So is your golf swing, which is good.
Oh, very good.
I'll move across to the man to his immediate left with the lampshade himself, Mr. Jared Wells. Welcome, Choco.
Hello, committee. Hello, listeners. Great to be back once again.
The man directly below him, like the Brady Bunch shut up, in the boardroom tonight, Jimmy Morrison.
Good evening, all. Got no claps for me. That's okay. No worries.
Big J from Salamander Bay. He's back for another year.
Yeah, placed down at Salamander Bay. Yeah.
The man below me, who he's probably heard that a lot, Mr. Ian Suarez.
Hello, everyone.
Glad you could join us. Swar, you're hot off the press. Just finished Cogra Golf, 9 holes. How'd you fare?
Not great, but always a learning experience down at Cogra.
For the last 5-6 years.
Archie Butler always teaching you new things, trying new tricks.
How do the new tricks work tonight?
They didn't work tonight, but
okay.
Who knows? They might come out.
A wise man once said, "You have to go backwards before you go forwards."
That's it, Chuck.
You're also just saying Denny McCarthy's got some length. How was the shower? Oh, were you talking about his driving ability?
Yes.
You should have clarified.
Makes more sense now.
Why were you talking about it in the shower?
The topic just came up. I don't know.
Okay.
That's crook. You're a crook man.
I'm hearing he wasn't the only man to do a 9 and dine tonight as well. Might have been a couple of A graders at Bexley Golf Course.
Okay.
Big news.
Two A graders at Cogra, 2 A graders possibly at Bexley.
Yeah.
Nice. I've been working until now, so I'd love to get to a 9 and dine at some point.
You're always welcome, Jimmy.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Swar.
I will just point out as well, we are missing the mouth from the north now, not the mouth from the south. For Scadella, he may have his daylight savings times mixed up, so he hasn't been able to join us as yet. But when he does come on, it'll be signified by a clap. So don't worry about that. We'll make sure he gets welcomed. Jimmy, I'll go to you to start with. After all your technical work at the draw, how do you think it all came out in the wash?
It worked out all right. There were some surprising results. But I think Dan's commentary from behind the camera was a good touch. I think otherwise we wouldn't have been able to hear anything because it's quite loud in there. We're in this sort of echoey room, so it can be a bit painful. Wouldn't mind doing a bit of a survey with the rest of not of the committee, but the community, with whether that's something we want to continue doing or whether they like the online draw better or what have you. Because it's easy to do either one, really. It's just a matter of making sure. But we still had a decent number turn up there. It's nice just to see people.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we ended up with 20 or so. Swar, you were the ball girl for the evening. Did you like that task, or would you go back to one of the girls?
It was quite interesting for me to draw the balls instead of the girls for once, but I'd like to give it back to the girls. They do a wonderful job of it, so if they want to take it back up, it's all theirs. Or Chuck can do it again. So
you'll love the girlfriend.
Happy either way.
I have to say your ball handling was quite good though, Swar. Quite impressive.
Thank you.
Jared presented them and you grabbed them. It was great.
Just like we practiced, Swar. Just like we practiced.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
Jimmy, are you able to turn that microphone down somehow? My ears are getting blasted off every time.
Am I booming? Am I? All right.
That'll work.
Absolutely booming.
Is that better?
That's fine.
Better.
Yeah, that's fine.
Choco, you're at the draw, as we just heard. There was a couple of surprise packets that came through, but We played the 9 holes beforehand, you and I with a couple of others. Who impressed you out of that small group that we had that went around?
Probably myself.
Yeah,
Ah,
you're very
sorry.
good.
Talking like Swar there. No, it's good to see a few new faces. Actually, I've seen Andy around the traps a fair bit. Good to see Andy kick there, and Gab Pereira. He came along. He was a new face. I hadn't seen him play before, so good to get a look at his golf game, which is pretty handy. I think he ended up partnering with Curtis and the Imperial team. I think.
Yeah, from memory,
Um,
I think you're spot on.
So yeah, it's good to have him come along. The draw always throws out a few very interesting teams. I think the big ones to look at this year is the family teams. First time we've had 3 family members in the team with Alaska. I think first time we've had 3 teams with siblings in each team. With Rob and Bruno, Donnie, Jimmy, and Barb and
Barb and
Pat.
Pat, yeah.
That's a bit of a first. So that
The
makes it
moment we've all
interesting.
been waiting for, guys. Coming into
Oh,
the
here he
pod.
is,
Oh,
the flog himself.
Jimmy's.
Wait, his tech hasn't caught up yet.
It's in Queensland, mate. He still hasn't caught up. Tony, while we wait
Dial
for
They're still waiting for running water, aren't they?
At Kelvin Grange.
Kelvin, yeah, there he is.
Hey.
the
Hello.
man himself.
Hello.
Jeez, welcome.
Hello.
Did you get a fair free bag of sausages from the butcher that did your haircut?
You didn't pay for that, did you?
I'm being called a US Marine by my work colleagues at the moment.
You do look like a redneck now.
Thank
Josh,
you.
while you're a couple of minutes late to the pod, but we sort of just went around the room quickly. It's the first time you haven't been to the draw live, I believe, so it would have been online. And I'll ask Tony the question after this. What was your thoughts on the draw?
You asking me or Josh?
Yeah, you go
Is this
first.
me
Tony.
or Tony?
You go first, Tony.
I thought it was a well-run exercise as usual. As teams-wise, I think it's probably the most even it's been than any year that I've seen.
We've had it every year.
Well, a lot of teams could do anything this year. Let's face it.
Just to fill Josh in, Jimmy's asked for no cliches this year that we've used for the last 5 years.
It's not even cliches. All I asked the committee before we started the pod was that I don't want to talk about how the putting is the most important part for season decorators. We talk about it every week, every year.
Hang on, have we started the pod?
Yes.
You're live.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we
Sorry,
started at 8
I'm
o'clock.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, great. Hello.
Your question, Josh, your first experience online of the draw. Initial thoughts?
Really easy to watch. Really easy to follow. It was very well run.
Excellent.
Short and sharp.
What we like to do.
Summary.
Well, while we are on the draw topic, I'll start with Choc. I'll let you start the bus up nice and early. I want you to give me your worst team and the team that you believe will come last. I'm sure everyone's got their opinions on who they've got. I'm happy for you to start, Choco.
Oh, geez, thanks for throwing me that short ball. I think this is probably the biggest help I can give this team, because obviously the team that gets picked last usually never comes last. So I'm going to back the double decker out of the garage and drive it over to 8 Grove Street, Elwood,
Oh, Jesus.
because I have Blaze coming last.
Wow.
Oh,
Interesting.
God. Interesting.
Interesting.
Tony, you can go next since you've got the bus at your place. Who are you going to put under it this year?
Well, which team is Choc in? Let me have a look. No,
Let's look at the top of your list there.
to be honest, I've kind of looked at the teams since the draw, and as I said earlier, it is pretty even, but invitational form changes everything on the day. You could come into the invitational very hot, and the day you could go really, really bad. But for last, I've got Apple at the moment.
The Bruno Rob combo.
Yeah, but it could change. It could change between now and the day.
On that, we'll go to the Scadella theme then. Down to Josh up in Queensland. Josh, who do you have coming last?
I have Team Midnight coming last.
Wow. That is the team of Barbara Morrison,
Trevor,
Chris
Pat,
Duffield,
Barb, and Chris Duffield.
and Trevor
All right,
Carson.
look, it's very well publicised. I enjoy seeing Morrison's on the bottom, and I would love nothing more than see a Morrison's come last.
I know Trev's a big listener of the podcast, and he will not be happy with you.
Absolutely.
Oh, look, Pat. I know Pat will take that news really well. So, hello, Pat.
Jimmy Morrison, over to you. Who have you got coming last this
Well,
year?
that's a funny coincidence because I also like seeing Scadellas at the bottom of the table. I think the team that I'm going to pick will be seeing red. And it might get a little bit frosty because they do have the blizzard in the team. I'm picking Cherry.
Oh,
Wow, Lamana from first to last.
Yeah.
we've seen Jean Dubois do that, so sure it's Lamana's turn.
Is there a tattoo for last?
Ooh, I can bet him it.
I think there
Um,
should
Doesn't
be.
matter, you don't get him anyway.
I'll
Chocolate
leave you
covered
to
in them.
last, Suarez. I'm
I'm
gonna keep the bus going. I'll let you go last, Suar. There is a familiar name that keeps getting popped up in this chat, and it is a last name of Scadella. And luckily for my team, I have two of them in mind. So Apple will be coming last at this year's invitation.
Wow.
2 votes for Apple. Why is that?
Oh, I think we know.
I will say, I'll throw out a special mention to Team Imperial.
Ooh.
Wowza.
Oh, yeah.
Big. Ian CYFS.
I'm going to throw in a curveball and go Kevin Dart's team for back to back spoons. It's the same A1 B2 pairing if I
It is.
can be checked on that.
Remember?
So they came last year, so there is form there. So I'm just sticking with my gut.
There is all lack of form.
Form nonetheless.
Obviously,
That's
that's
5
Team
different
Harbour.
picks.
Team Harbour is Kevin Dart, Patrick Charlton, Andy Hickles, Dominic Johnston. Andy, when we played at Bexley that afternoon, probably one of the worst individual performances I've seen on a golf course in a very long time.
Thank you for taking that feud off my hands, Don. It's all yours.
My question.
Now to the positive news. I want the positive news to come out, and I'll lead with Antonio Qatar. Tony, Swar has said that if you don't think your team's coming first, you shouldn't be turning up to the course. But I want to hear who you've got on top of the table.
All right. Well, if using that analogy, if I'm not going to pick myself to come first, I've actually gone for Royal as a favourite, just because it's a bit of an unknown. We don't know about this Reese Jarvis, or personally, I don't know how he plays. Danny's got great length, as Swar saw tonight.
What?
Tony Stav has been playing regular golf with the KK throughout the year, so who knows? Who knows what they can do on the day?
I will say that on that point, I'm pretty sure 2019 or 2020, which was Brent Mason's first year, I believe he won it with 4 debutants.
Yeah, correct.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, I mean, you're probably bang
These
on,
unknown
Tony.
teams seem to often go quite well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Choco, your thoughts on this one?
I've got another blue-collared team up there. I think the combination that was together last year, actually, of Mark Butler and Ben Jones will win with Sapphire, along with Matthew Fleming, who's often been described as the pick of the C graders, and who's their D grader? And Andrew Brady.
Andrew Brady, correct.
Yeah.
I think they can even carry him.
Wow.
It's a
Jimmy,
rough explanation.
Jimmy down to Salamander Bay. Who have you got?
Yeah, I'm sort of tossing up. I'm sort of got 2. I'm
you gonna
looking
be
at.
sure? Yeah. Okay.
Thanks,
I'm
John.
looking at Platinum with Marky Dubs, Swar, Nick,
Oh, yeah.
and Sam. Sam's a bit of an unknown quantity, and then Sky actually. So Pete Smith, Tom McCarthy combo
No
could be
chance.
really
No
good.
chance. No chance.
Jason Devine, I think, is quite handy for a C grader.
Yep.
Could have even been a low B grader in reality. And then Armagos can flog the ass off it. So he's going all right.
What about his golf game?
And I saw him down at the driving range on Sunday. He's hitting the ball well.
He is. He is.
Well, his A grader isn't, so
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
but Pete will always be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't need to hit every ball right? He only needs to get a drive away occasionally.
Suarez, president. Who have you got top of the CYFS tree?
Well, of course, I'm going to say my team, but if I had to pick,
You always do.
but there's two teams, Sky and Lemon. I'm looking at. They're both fairly even teams, like Tim Wilson, Matthew Drake, Joel Gladman, and Jared Walsh. Jared Walsh won it last year. Joel
Knows what it
Gladman's
takes.
Joel Gladman's a former winner. Tim Wilson
Is he?
knows
He's
what's.
Oh, check your stats.
Check your
Suarez.
stats. Swap.
I think I've won it with Joel.
Oh, one of the many times you've won it, you lose count of who you win it with.
I don't think you're right.
I think you're thinking of Garland.
We'll have a
Maybe
live
Garland.
stat check there. Thank you.
And then the Sky team?
I think Lemon will be up there, and Sky do have. I reckon Sky do have the Arsenal win it with Pete. Tom's probably at the top of the B tours. Jason Devine's very handy for a C grader, and Palmer Goss they only need three shots out of Palmer to be in it. So I reckon by the way that Pete plays the Invitational, they'll go very close.
And
Absolutely.
confirm there is no Jay Gladman in the list.
It's El Garland Suarez.
Sweet. I check my stats then.
Thank you.
wow, a live stat check on the podcast.
That's unheard of.
Unlike others, I check my stats. I accept stat
Stop
checks
being
as well.
stop being wrong all the time. Then
I will
I
go
actually accept them.
perfect with my top team. I'm going with Lemon as well. I think Lemon can be a surprise packet of the tournament. Tim Wilson, Matthew Drake, John Farb, and Jared Walsh.
Lemon spread.
Tim Wilson, from all reports, long hitter of the ball. Drakey is bringing his handicap down and he's getting better. Gladman's the best seager I've ever had, and Walsh won it last year, so they've got to be close to the top.
A couple of these boys have had babies. Do we
Sure.
think that's going to impact them going in? Is Matty Drake going to be playing as much between now and then? Probably not.
Yeah.
Tony.
I don't think Matty Drake really played that much anyway to start with.
Yeah, true. He's
well,
just
congrats to Drakey too,
congrats.
Oh, yeah.
Lachlan.
and,
Yeah.
and Lachlan.
Yeah, Lachlan Greer and Matthew Drake have both had babies on the 15th of November. Wiley Drake, boy, and Banks Greer.
Yes.
So we welcome them to the
Same
CYFS
hospital.
community as well.
Same day.
Yeah, Carina Private Hospital, right next door to me. So I'm going to pop over in a sec, do a bit of a nursing, and then I'll come back to the pod. So looking forward to it. I think Josh, you're the last one to give us your prediction. Who did you have up the top?
Sapphire.
Wow.
So
yeah.
Mark Butler,
Same as me.
Mark Butler, Ben Jones combo. I didn't think you'd vote for Ben Jones, considering how poorly you've spoken about him.
Are you
in the
trying to get
past.
into Ben Jones' head here?
No, the reason I only answered with Sapphire was because I don't want to give Ben Jones the satisfaction of complimenting his game and his team.
So you're saying they
So
really
I'm-
should win no matter what?
I'm just saying I pick Sapphire.
Interesting. Interesting.
I think, look, at the end of the day, as Jimmy will tell you, it all comes down to putting.
Absolutely.
Did not get into that shit again.
What we are going to do now, we're going to go through our first three teams that we're looking at for this year's tournament, and we're going to start with Team Blaze to start us off. So one, Antonio Samaranch, Qatar, is first time A grade captain. So round of applause, first time.
Huge
Congratulations,
congratulations
Tony.
there.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
From D to
By
A.
default, though, right?
From D grade to A grade, how does that fill you with a lot of pride?
It does actually. Like, how long has it been? Only about 6 years, 7 years.
This will be the
20,
seventh.
yeah,
Yeah.
2017. You were the D grader for the Shankies win.
And I
Yeah.
did
I
nothing.
think
I did absolutely nothing that day from memory. So except wear the wrong coloured shirt, which ironically was orange, which I'm in this year.
Correct.
Tony,
So
do you
gone
think
full
that
circle.
gives you? Do you think it gives you a bit of an edge over the other A graders, having played in all other three grades?
I don't know if it does actually.
Yeah, I don't think
Definitely
so.
don't know what not to do on the day.
Complementing your team, Tony, we've got in B grade Gavin Drayton, in C grade stick left-handed Mitch O'Neill, and D grade Liam Garland. So as we just spoke about, he has won previously in Blaze as well, so he gets reunited with that colour, which is good
So
for
does
him.
Gav Drayton.
That was Gav Drayden in the same team. I think they went 10 under at Georges River that year.
Wow, with
And I think it was
Mick
those
Hanley.
two solely that carried that team that day from memory.
You
So,
you
I'm hearing
sort
the
of
same.
you give off Mick Hanley vibes, Tony. So I reckon they're going to be sweet.
They're calling him the Mediterranean Mick.
Mediterranean.
Tony,
Japanese Mick.
Tony, what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on draw night when you saw your team?
I was actually quite happy with it. I'm glad I didn't get any of the hackers that I play with at Cogra. So that's a bonus. It is a bit unknown for me because I don't know these guys, their games quite well. And
Will you be
sometimes,
getting to know their games in the next few weeks?
yes, we will.
Ooh.
Tony, if you had booked a table at a restaurant and they only allowed you 3 seats and you were one of those seats, who would be the 2 people you took to the restaurant and which member of your team would you not invite?
So what? I've got to pick the 2 out of the 3 on my team. I don't know any
Yeah,
of them
3
quite
of you
well.
can go. You have to be one of them. So
Right.
2 others can go, and one person you have to tell them to their face, "I'm not inviting you."
I'm looking at the names. I'll take my B and C grader and leave my D grader behind. Sorry, Liam. That's a tough question, though.
But it's a new question. Jimmy doesn't want the old question, so I've got to come up with
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Question you.
Antonio, do you think the success of the Blaze shirt weighs heavier on you, or do you think the shirt color doesn't matter? If you were in Imperial, it wouldn't have mattered.
It doesn't really matter the shirt color or not. I've seen Swar walk
I
around
disagree.
in a Blaze shirt, and he's played debatably very badly in it, so it doesn't really make a difference.
I think players grow an extra leg when they play in their Blaze shirt. There's a bit of magic in it.
There is a bit of an aura about it. There's a fear from the other teams, maybe a bit with the Blaze shirt.
Since bringing in colors, bringing in the colored shirts, I'm going to rephrase that. They've won half of them.
Blaze has.
Blaze.
Has it won
3.
how many times? 3 times.
3. And this is the 6th year
Oh, yeah.
with colored shirts.
And not all
Yeah.
have been with Henley. I think one was Brent Mason's.
So it's won 3 out of
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
that it's been
Yeah.
in play.
Yeah.
3 out of 5, correct. So this is the 6th year it's going in.
Jimmy, this team starts on the second hole, long par 5. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I know you don't want to talk about pars, you've got to putt, whatever, but do you think that's a good start, starting a par 5 for this team?
It's a tough hole, the old par 5. I think it's you got to head uphill. You can't go right. You can't. If you go left, you're going to get in trouble as well.
It's a tree there as well.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you're hitting down to a tree, down to a green surrounded by water. It's a tough hole. I think it's good to get it out of the way, know where you stand after that hole, and then move on. I don't think it's a bad spot to start. Having said that, you want your driver to be on par by the time you get up there. If you can flog a decent drive up that par 5, I think it puts you in good stead to at least have a birdie putt. But if it's your first hole off, I don't know how comfortable you'll be doing that.
Yeah.
There is
Tony,
a
where do you
landing
think?
area.
Yeah, Tony, where do you think your team's strengths lie and your weaknesses lie?
Considering I
You
don't
haven't
know
got all
their
day
game.
as well, remember?
Hey, I actually don't know. Where our strengths probably is just some experience in the invitational. So a lot of all those guys have been there and done that before, and they've, there are 3 winners in that in my squad, so
True.
you can't write that
At
off.
least 15 caps between you, I'd say.
Possibly, yeah. You know, I am first time in the A grade, so it is going to be difficult for myself, but we won't be coming last.
What we like to hear.
All I'm going to mention really quickly is that I was promoted to A grade once and I made it to third. So this is something to measure up against. And so
All right,
just
guys,
give you a heads up.
tune in next week to the James Morrison Hour.
Yeah, that's fine. Just to bring up a measuring post. That's all it is. That's fine.
Suarez, as a man who's worn this shirt many a time, do you think Antonio has the capabilities to keep up the appearances with the Blaze colour?
I think anyone who wears the Blaze colour will treat it well and play to Blaze ability and respect it in its traditions.
Respect it.
Hang on, has someone died or something?
I heard Tony was going to kiss the
Is it
badge when he
disrespectful?
finishes.
Is it disrespectful to wash the shirt after wearing it?
Tony,
So I'll ask you a new question.
Yes.
So, what is the best score Blaze can have, and what is the worst score you think they can have?
I think Blaze could go probably 5 under.
Yep.
But I reckon the worst they could go would be about 3 over.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Fair enough.
8 shots
What
win.
was the worst score last year?
Even.
+1, wasn't it? Or did no one go over
Check
last year?
stats.
I
Even.
think Cam
No one
had
went over.
+1 or even.
Yeah, okay. Can't remember.
So should we do our overall predictions for Blaze?
Yes,
You
I
obviously
think we
already
should.
know mine.
Josh, I'm happy to start with you. Your overall prediction for Blaze?
Yes. My overall prediction for Blaze, after careful, I'm just trying to find it, is I have high expectations for Blaze. I think they're a very good team. And everywhere, I think they have the ability to cause a lot of trouble. I have them in 5th place.
Wow, that's way higher than I thought you were going to say.
That's very bold.
Wow.
Sorry, Tony, did I give that right? Is that what you wanted me to say?
Yes, thanks. Checks in the mail. Checks in the mail.
No, I do have. I have them in 5th place.
Ian
What
Suarez.
is your reasoning behind that? Or we can just move on.
I have Blaze in 5th place.
Good reasoning. Swar.
I have them in 12th.
Jesus.
Out of 14. Interesting.
Wow.
You know, they save the best till first.
Jimmy Morrison, where you got these guys?
I have them in 10th place.
Interesting.
Your love for Blaze.
Yeah. Choco?
I already said last.
He's already said it.
Sorry. Well, luckily for me, I've got Blaze in 13th place. Just luck of the draw, really. There was 7 teams I got to pick down there, but you guys just short.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Right? Okay. I think this is how we best measure the committee's tips, because the committee very typically tip together. There's always an outlier, which seems to be me. I thought other people thought Blaze were a better team than that. I think if we all put our number together and then divide it by 6, that's the committee's tip. Do you know what I mean? We can give our committee tips from that. Do we agree with that?
Yep, we can do that.
Sure. Swar, I'm going to let you run with this.
I think I've done Tony a favour there because, yes, every time we tip the team to come last, they usually don't come last. And I remember when I had my one turn being an A grade, everyone tipped us to come last. My show's on a Tuesday night, 7:30, guys, and everybody tipped us to come last, and we weren't a crash hot team, and that gave me a bit of focus, and we came 3rd last, which was a huge achievement. So I think I can see Blaze doing that this year.
So I'll take that as a positive.
I've just done the quick sums on
And
that over
Tony,
5.
where do you think you guys will come?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll put ourselves in third.
The man
It's
is
only
entitled
two
to
spots
his
higher than what Josh said, and he's laughing at it.
That gives the committee a total ranking of 9.5 average.
Is that including Tony's tip?
Yes.
I think you should remove the person if they're involved in that team.
Okay, give
It's
me one
not fair
second.
because like the committee.
Well, Swire's going to pick his team as number one. We all know that.
It's 10.8 without Tony's.
That's not that far off.
So we'll
That's
say
pretty-
11. We'll round it to 11.
I'd take that.
It's more than double off mine. What do you mean it's not far off? It's more than double off my predictions.
You're the
I
outlier.
think that could be final words for Blaze. So congratulations, Blaze.
Thank
Congratulations,
you.
Blaze.
I've got to jump off quickly, and I'll come back.
Just put your
Tony.
camera on, mate. You're all good.
All right.
All right. So looking at our next team, Choc, did the Carpet Python get back to you?
The Carpet Python has received his invite and should be available to come online when we want him.
Perfect.
Probably
I
in
think
5
we
minutes
can-
or so.
Yeah, I reckon we can start looking through his team now, and by that time we can invite him on to talk about him. So just looking at his team as I bring it up here slowly, we have Team Royal, and we said this earlier, it's a team of unknowns. So Danny McCarthy in A grade, Reece Jarvis in B grade, Tony Stab in C grade, and Luke the Carpet Python Etherington in D grade.
How did we get carpet python?
Choc said he had a massive one. Remember? I'm pretty sure.
Him and Denny would go well.
Yeah, the two pythons up top, A and D. Wowzers.
So obviously a team of debutantes.
You're correct. Tammy debutantes. Read them in.
Well,
Yep. So
Carpet
Danny
Python isn't
McCarthy.
a debutant, is he?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. No, he's
Check
not a
his
debutant.
stats.
He's played once before. I'll check my stats there. But Danny McCarthy is a Cogra member. No one's really seen him play. Swar saw him play tonight at the Cogra 9 holes. Reece Jarvis, friend of Lachlan Greer. No one's seen him play, but pretty good handicap. I think handicap of about 13 or so, which has him right at the top of B1. And yeah, Tony Stav, we've seen him play King Fruit Cup. Very handy golfer. Knows what he's doing. I think this team will be right up the pointy end of the competition.
For those that have played with Tony Stav the King Fruit Cup, I didn't have the privilege this year. I played with his son, but Tony's all-round ability, I haven't seen him play. How would you rank it if anyone's played with him in the chat?
I played with him at George's River with Lamana and S. Stav, the eventual champion. Look, Tony Stav, I think, would be toward the top of C grade. Obviously, had some. His bad shots aren't like really bad. They're not like ridiculously bad. And his good shots are as good as any B grader. I think he'd be toward the top of C grade.
Yeah,
If
I'd
if not-
agree. I played with Stad. I played both Stads at the Valley when we played at Valley, and he was pretty handy around there. Once he knew where he was hitting, he didn't spray too many shots. He'd be pretty good for a C grader.
Perfect. Danny McCarthy, I think his handicap's actually fluctuated in between the sort of stages at the moment. So I think he's gone from like 8 to 10, then back down to 8. So he's pretty consistent golfer. Swar, from what you saw this evening, you did say he had a bit of length, but what else is his attributes to
I
his game?
don't think they'll have any trouble off the tee. But I think in and around the short game, I know Jimmy will hate me, but the short game will be their Achilles heel.
Right.
Okay.
I don't want to go too much into it.
Thank you, Swar.
We're not here to go into the nitty-gritty parts of people's golf games.
Is
Yeah.
Danny McCarthy? That's Big Mac, isn't it?
That's Big
Yeah.
Mac.
That's Big Mac.
That's Big Mac.
But technically, he's shorter than his son, so the Big Mac is
Doesn't
shorter
matter.
than the cheeseburger.
The Carpet Python is ready to join. Shall I ask him to join us now?
Should we?
Absolutely.
Hey, should we keep calling him a different name until he says something?
Yeah, what do you want to call
Don't
him?
call him Luke. Just
Let's
call
all
him
call him like
Tom.
Mark. Like, hey,
Bob.
Mark, welcome.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Keep calling him Mark until he calls it out.
Okay, that's good. We'll
Yeah.
stitch him up with that. But Choc, have you played with the Cuppa Python since you quit jobs and moved to another one and not friends with them anymore?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't played with him in a few years. He sent me footage of a slow motion drive of him at the driving range a few days ago, and he takes an almighty backswing, and takes his eye off the ball as well. So when he connects to it, it's going to go very far. But if he connects to it, that is the question.
Right. It's always a big struggle.
Yeah, he's not the best D grader, but I think he'll be good enough to help his team, and I think he'll do quite well.
Before we bring him onto the show, I reckon we get the where we've got these guys out of the way, so that when he joins, we can just go straight into it. I'm happy to kick us off with this one because I am not really happy with this team as a debutant team. So they're not massively high for me. They sit in the middle ground. I've got Royal in 7th place, so bang on halfway.
Okay. You're just sort of hedging your bets there because you don't really know what to make of it.
Yeah, I think last time we had a close to all debutant team, they finished like first. So I don't want to.
We all said that
right
come
down the bottom.
last.
Yeah, for me, I think they're a big unknown quantity. I think Danny plays quite well. I've got him in 4th.
Mm.
I think, no one knows what Reese is like. I think that's the biggest unknown.
Yeah, I've got them in 2nd position. I think they're very capable of winning.
Wow. Just quickly, Scoey and Swar will go to you because I do have Luke in the lobby. Where do you have these guys?
4.
4th place for Joshua and Anne.
I have them in 4th as well.
Wow, okay, so very high. So I'll welcome in Luke Etherington now. We are calling him Mark until he works out that we're calling him Mark. So I will let Choc, you can take it away, all right?
Alrighty. Where is the Python? He's not far away now.
I think he's
Send
about
him.
to show
Looks like he
up.
just joined.
Looks like he's on mute, so he'll be going off mute.
Slithering his way in. Live from Glenhaven.
There we go.
Glenhaven.
No, mate. No,
Here we
currently
go.
driving. Let's go.
You're driving to Lithgow, are you, Marky?
Yeah, mate, doing a forward drive trip with the boys.
Oh,
Nice.
in
Okay.
the
Ooh.
welcome.
You're behind the wheel.
All Aussie
I
adventures
am
with
behind the
Marky
wheel
Mark.
right now, so I'm not looking at my phone.
Smart,
Fair enough.
smart man. Mark, welcome to the
Smart man.
podcast. Your team this year, Team Royal. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, mate, I'm pretty happy. I've heard a lot from some of you boys saying that I've got a pretty good team, to be honest. So, it's pretty good, and I've never been this colour before, so I'm excited.
Mark, Josh
Yeah.
Wheeler, BKH. Thanks for coming on the show. How's your golf
Oh,
game?
no problem. Have I played any?
Sure, let's go with that.
Oh, sorry, it's really hard to hear.
What's
I
that?
haven't played any in a while, but
Hang on, Mark.
I think I'm
Stop.
gonna.
Oh, hang on. 1 sec.
Oh.
You there?
Yeah, mate.
Mark.
Oh, man.
I don't think you can hear us.
Can you hear me?
Must be all those mountains.
Mark.
No, we've got you. I think the
Oh,
president has a
okay.
question for you.
All right.
Sorry. Should be more organised than this. Sorry.
That's all we've got time for. Oh no, Marky boy. So the committee, they do have you ranked quite high. We've got you, I think, in 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 7th, or something like that. So everyone's got your team pretty high. Has there been any communication between you and your teammates?
Absolutely nothing.
That's fantastic.
I've got a question from the floor for you, big fella. Do you miss your old job at being the trolley boy Flower Power?
Oh, mate, not a day goes by I don't miss that job. Making $30 an hour on a Sunday. Oh, that was it. That was the life right there.
And yeah, go Josh.
What? I think Josh has muted himself.
I can't hear either of you guys.
Go for it,
Which is
Josh.
absolutely seamless.
I'll ask it.
I'll come in with this one. How often do you see Nathan Highmarsh at the Glenhaven truck stop?
I'm actually surprised. You do see him there a fair bit. Like, you see him there, like, maybe once a month, I'd say. I go there a little bit, so, yeah, I'll see him occasionally.
Mark, do you drive a truck, or what are you doing at the truck stop?
Wait, me? What? Oh, no, I can't hear.
You there, Mark?
Oh. Fine.
I think that's all we've got time for, Mark.
Yeah.
Mate, enjoy Lithgow. And we'll see you on course on December 26th.
Sounds good, mate.
Boxing Day.
Fuck off. Right.
See ya.
Oh,
Wow. Has he gone?
I think he's left the meeting. There you go.
I'm
Oh,
dying. That fucking killed me. That was funny as shit.
I haven't laughed that hard in a very long time.
far out. That was the most weird, awkward interview ever.
Can we just have everyone's votes again? I think I had me in 7. Who else had their votes in? Chock?
Second?
I had them in 4th.
I had 4.
Yep.
I think me and Swar had them in 4.
Perfect. And Antonio for Team Royal?
That's the team I had it as first. I think it
First.
was with Danny. But maybe based on that interview, which I've missed, maybe I might.
You missed a good one, Tony. Missed a very good one.
Honestly, you missed nothing. We didn't really ask him anything except for the fact we called him Mark the whole time.
So 3.
If you drive into Lithgow, do you accept to come on like a Zoom call?
Absolutely not. 3.6 is the average, so we've got them very high as a committee.
Pretty
Which,
close to
strong
Blaze.
yeah, very close to
Blaze
Blaze's
there.
number. Very close. Anything else from Team Royal before we move on to the last one?
One of the colours I wish I got.
Yeah, it's a lovely colour. I've played in Royal before. Very nice colour. I think Swar, you were supposed to be in that one when you had COVID.
Yes, I was meant to be in row with the Don.
Yeah.
Swad, what did you do with that shirt?
Well, Benny did give
Ben
it to
Jones
me
wore
after
it.
the round, so Ben
Yeah.
Jones wore it.
Did you ask for it back?
No, he gave it to me after the round, so
Oh, really?
I thank him very much.
Fair play,
Yeah,
Benny Jones.
Did he sign it?
no,
I reckon that's Team Royal out of the way.
Well done. Can't wait to hear back the interview.
Oh, honestly, it's not even intelligible. Like, it makes sense on the video, I'm sure, but on audio,
It's
it
gonna
won't
sound
make
so
any
shit.
sense. It's just going to be dead air for like minutes.
So I was still looking for his question to ask.
And
What did
Tony's
Swad?
video on.
At one point, Swad
That
said
was
the box
amazing.
should be more organised.
After like 1 minute of silence.
Moving on to our last team of the evening. Our last one of 3 is Team Harbour. So we have in A grade Kevin Dart, B grade Patrick Charlton, C grade Andy Hickless, D grade Dominic Johnston. A fair few caps in this one. Swad, do you want to lead us off with this team? I think you didn't have Harbour in the best position, so do you want to lead us off?
Yeah, well, I did say they'd go back losing based on the A1 B2 pairing. And playing with Andy last year sort of confirms that. But it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting, but I think they will be down there. That's for sure.
Fair enough. Interesting fact: Dominic Johnson's home course is Camden Lakeside, I should say. He lives right behind it. Antonio, this team, do you know anything that surprises you about this team, or where did you sort of think they might figure?
I actually don't know too much about this team except Kev Dart. I've not played with any other guys. I know Dom's quite a big hitter himself. Whether he plays regular golf at the moment, I'm not too sure. Andy is the worst version of George, maybe sometimes.
Oh,
Based on what I heard, George has been playing quite well in the KK and last
Has he
season.
been playing? Has he?
Has he? Not sure. Hasn't he played in the KK a bit?
Yeah, he's been played a fair bit.
Yeah.
he played a bit.
But their B grader, I've got no idea. And sometimes it comes down to your B grader and how they perform on the day. Because I don't think Kev Dart can carry an entire team himself.
Fair enough. Josh, we've spoken about this a fair bit, but distance at these tournaments, does Kev have enough in his arsenal to take this team to victory?
No, but I think Andrew Boyd Charlton does. I think Drews has told me that Andrew Boyd Charlton does.
Patrick, yep, himself. And his other teammates, Andy and Dom, you know them quite well. Do they fill you with confidence for this team?
No, not at all. I'm not going to sit here and pretend. Look, I'm not going to join the kickerless smashing brigade because I think it's unfair on the family. Great family, great men. But look, I mean, the question was, did the San Diego go to fill me with confidence? The answer is no.
Very good. Jimmy, this team for you, Harbour, lovely colour as well. I think I would have liked Harbour as a colour. Your thoughts?
Don't like the colour, don't like the team. That's pretty much it. No, I'm only joking. I don't rate them very highly, but they'll compete.
I hope everyone does, otherwise we
Yeah.
don't have a tournament.
They'll compete for what?
The lower
trophy
levels.
There is trophies you can get for being down the bottom. Choco, for you?
I think when you, talking from experience, when you come last, Kev and Pat probably won't want to see each other again the year straight after. Andy, I'm Andy's biggest fan. I'm not going to, jump on that bus. I think Dom could possibly save this team. He probably plays more than maybe any other D grader. I had him last year. He was pretty handy. So if he's improved from last year, he's probably pushing into C grade territory. So I think Dom might save them from any potential wooden spoon.
He's a cop, right?
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think they go quite well, actually. They might be really up there.
Classic Lebo.
So if you're asking for my prediction, I have got Harbour in 11th position.
I think this team cannot finish any higher than 7th. So I've got them in the lower half of the division. I think they lack camaraderie. I know Andy and Dom are good mates.
Andy and Dom are like best mates.
They are, but not on the golf course, from what I hear. Which doesn't bode well for them. I, like Choc, have them in 11th place also. Swat, what have you got going on?
I've got them in 14.
Straight into it.
They're looking like overtaking Blaze with the lowest average here.
They could be. Jimmy Moore.
I got them in 12th.
Wow.
Where's the love?
Josh, where do you have Team Harbour?
I think Kevin Dart is not getting the respect he deserves. I think
There we go.
I think Harbour will surprise a lot of people, but that doesn't include me because I have them in 13th.
Jesus.
Jeez.
I think we're missing one
And the
vote
dog?
here as well. Tony, where did you have these guys?
I've got them in 10th, actually.
Ooh, okay. Top
That's
10.
that's the highest out of all of it.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to be the worst out of the lot.
That gives them a combined total committee rating of 11.8, which I believe is
Absolute
lower
stacks
than
on.
Blaze. So very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Any sort of updates? I know Chock and I've jumped on the back of your booking. There is 3 groups going out on the 10th of December to Camden Lakeside.
There is. I know at least 75% of Team Snow will be out there on December 10th. I know at least 25% of Pink will be out there, which is great news for the Pink team.
25%.
I'm hearing there could be some Alaskans heading out as well.
Very
So that's
nice.
very exciting.
The full the full nucleus of the Alaskan team will be out
You're
there.
looking for compliment there, Don. Compliment.
I went with nucleus.
So your whole team is the nucleus, are they?
Correct. There's not one man stronger than the other in our team. We're one team.
Not what you were saying to me earlier, but anyway.
I hear there's emergency clubs being sent up to Brisbane. Is this correct?
My dad, right? My dad. He's like, oh, Josh, do you want me to just bring one iron up and get your rhythm back? I'm like, no. What am I going to just out in my front in the courtyard just swinging a 6 iron? Like,
that's a father who knows his son's in danger of coming last, right there.
Absolutely.
it's a father that cares, mate. Can I discuss before I got on? It's already been put to the committee and it's been accepted. This is more for the wider community. I have put forward a motion that we currently have 3 people who have lost 2 invitationals. 4? Is it Wells, Morrison, Dubios, I believe?
Dubai, yep.
Jane Dubai could not be with us this year, unfortunately, due to
He's
a coincidence.
I've put forward the motion that the first person to lose 3 invitationals gets the loser trophy named after them. And said individual will present the losing team each year with their award.
Wow.
I like that.
It may not happen this year. We just got to, yeah.
And
It may not happen for
at
10
any
years.
point.
It could be someone that's not even in those 4 people.
Correct. It could be someone that just goes back to back to back.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. I think that's a good motion there.
Absolutely. It's been seconded by all and that's going ahead. So we'll have to get a new plate made up for that trophy once it does get done. But absolutely, I think I think it's a great move.
So the Jared Wells Award, is it?
It's looking that way.
Oh,
It's just going to be good for the nucleus.
Absolutely. Here. On from that, we do have the starting holes of the teams, but we will release that later in the pods. That is a big release statement that we do bring out.
Yep.
I want to have a consensus to the committee, and I don't know. I brought this up with Josh on the phone yesterday. I don't know if anyone will agree with it or not, but is there merit, and shout out to the Camden Lakeside crew, is there any merit in calling up as Paul Simpson and getting 3 groups booked for 9 o'clock from the first tee when we're out there so that they don't take our spots?
That's not a bad idea at all.
Does anyone
Hope
think that's a
they're
good
listening.
idea or not?
Yeah.
It's very sneaky.
I'm not going to say yes on the video, but
It did definitely slow down last year when we got back to the first. Like we were flying, then we got to the first, and the last 6 holes took us like an hour and a half. But it wasn't the worst thing in the world. We dealt with it, but yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Because all I remember is I reckon I finished, and then we were waiting for Tony to come back because the guy wanted to know about the pizzas and stuff. And I reckon it was a good, honestly, about 50 minutes.
Jesus, okay.
So
the last group to come in last year was ages late.
Yeah.
Also, Don, are you saying you finished 50 minutes before the last group?
Yeah.
It was longer than that.
And what hole did you start on?
I started on the second last year.
And I was on the 7th or 8th, I think it was.
It's because I literally had 17 holes where there was nothing in between me and anyone else really. Like we had people in front of us, but we never really caught up.
Yeah, because my team finished on like the 7th, so we had 7 holes of delays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna lie, it's a pretty big pain in the ass.
So I think, it could be done. We just have to guess the time, I guess, and really shonk it up. But as you said,
I actually think it cost me last year's tournament, but we'll get into that in a later date.
Always an excuse.
It would be nice if they just let us start on the back 9, work our way through, and just hold the tee times until we'd gone through. But it's also expecting them to not make any money while we're booked. But they've made money out of us already, so I don't know. I'm a bit.
Yeah, or let groups off the first for like an hour after we start, and then
just leave a decent sized gap for us to come into. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So is there
7 o'clock? 7 o'clock tee off.
7:30 tee off, I think.
Tee off, yeah.
But we've got to be there before 7.
So 6:30 Queensland time.
What time's your flight?
Oh, I've just been waking up every morning an hour earlier to prepare for it.
The thing is, you don't have your clubs. That's probably all you can do.
And get bad haircuts. So is that your responsibility? Did you take care of that or what?
Don't think she can hear from the headphones.
Did Sam take care of that haircut or not?
Sam, Jimmy said happy Diwali. She said go and fuck yourself. No, she didn't. She goes, I'm on the podcast. Sam, say good day.
You're interrupting her watching the cricket.
Shabash.
Big night for the family. Anyway, this is dragging on. Let's
Correct.
Yeah.
Not much else to finish off here from me. I think we look forward to maybe next week or the week after. We'll preview the next couple of teams coming out, which should be Cherry, Snow, Sky, and probably Platinum. We'll try and get 4 in, I reckon, with the dwindling weeks. So that will be captained by obviously Josh Scudella on the call, James Dignan in Team Snow, Peter Smith for Sky, and Mark Wells for Platinum. So they're always good ones to have on the pod. Rounds this weekend, and I'm playing Saturday. Jimmy, I reckon's in. Tony, Chock, you're in?
Saturday as well, yes.
Swar, you'd be around there?
Yeah, I'm in Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Double. Josh Putt.
I'm playing Sunday too.
Ooh, Jimmy's on Sunday.
Wow.
A lot of golf. Anything for the guy in Brisbane?
Might be going to putt.
Smart.
Is there a course at Kelvin Grange?
No, there's not. But gonna do like plenty of like practice swings with my hands. Like when you do that swing, you like look at your wrist when it's up above you, like you like look at it and you're like plenty of that stuff. Like plenty of that.
How many sessions at Topgolf have you got planned?
Chock, any last words?
No last words. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you all later.
Antonio?
No, happy with that. Thanks for having me on.
Big Jimmy? Salamander?
No, you can watch a video of this on YouTube later if you only hear this on the podcast.
Perfect.
Sorry, I should add just a big thank you to Mark for joining us tonight.
Yes.
Mark Etherington.
He will be so confused because it was so quiet that whole time we were on the call. But anyway.
Joshua?
Good luck to Mediterranean Mick and Team Blaze.
I've got nothing further, so I'm up for Swar to give us a send-off.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening, and may you check your stats before I check them.
Goodbye.
See ya.
You guys.